All right, guys, this episode is brought to you by Major Beauty. Your girl is about to hook you up because y'all know how I do my lashes all the time. And Major Beauty is going to offer $20 off your initial full set of lashes. And the first 6 months, you can also use this promo code HERR20 and you can get $20 off your membership because she does offer membership services. So she not only does eyelashes, she also does permanent makeup, those new henna eyebrows. If you're not ready to go full force on the tattooing of the eyebrows, you can try them out by getting this henna stuff done. I haven't tried it because y'all know I got microbladed eyebrows, but I do use Kiana for my lashes. She is my new lash tech. I'm loving her. She's great and she's super duper professional and you're going to love her little studio. So check her out, The Major Beauty. Make sure you use promo code HERR20 to get a discount off your full set and your membership for the next 6 months, guys. What's up, patrons? Welcome back to another Her Lounge podcast. Y'all, thank you again, seriously, no joke, for always being so supportive and, sharing the podcast is the only way I will ever get to grow. For some reason, the following on my Instagram page is going down, maybe because I'm not posting enough. I'm not interesting anymore. I have no idea. So you guys, please spread the word about the podcast. We are now, guys, Rob, can you please tell them how much we've improved on our downloads?
Yeah, this from, what do we in now, September? So August to September, the jump, or I guess the August downloads were double most of the early summer days. So the audience is definitely, literally, I mean, the downloads have doubled. So you've either been telling friends, the show is being discovered. I don't know how it's happening, but please continue to do so. And this is a perfect time to mention, leave a review. If you listen on iTunes, which most people still do, go leave some sort of rating and a review, a 5-star and a review of the podcast so we can read it. I'll go look at the most interesting ones and read them on the show and give you a shout out. And then if you're on Spotify, you can like it or follow it and then give like a star rating, I think.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Do that.
So thank you guys. Again, for people who think it sounds exaggerated or anything like that, you guys have no idea how much it means to me. Watching you guys, even though I haven't been participating lately just because I've been trying to really get my shit together here. But watching you guys on that Discord, man, it's just, it's really fun. I love everyone's interaction. Marissa's like, it needs to just stay like that, like just us. We have a new Discord who joined, a new person who joined us.
Oh, nice.
I think you added her. No, Rob? How else are they able to get on?
When you join the Patreon, you get them in your, I believe in your welcome message, I have it set up to where you have an introduction to the Discord and how to jump in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're supposed to jump yourselves in. We still don't have all the RPT people in there because either they don't know how to use it or just haven't gotten around to it. But we're at like 150, 60 people, active Discord members, and that's only about half of the patrons altogether.
Does this part go to YouTube also, the teaser 15 minutes?
Yeah. So
it does?
Yeah.
Okay, so since it's on here, because I forgot to do this on the public episode, I want to start doing shout outs to people who subscribe and people who kind of join us. Just thought that would be a good way to, and I totally forgot because I came in on a mission. But shout out to Juan Carlos Arambides. Wow.
That's our newest patron?
No, this is a new YouTube subscriber. Another one, Imam, has also subscribed. So shout out to you. Our new Patreon member, Anais Gonzalez. She's also now in the Discord. So she said, bear with me. This is the first time. Girl, let me tell you something. Get ready because it's nonstop. And sometimes you just have to play catch up and just hope that you catch up. And then C. Tapia Graham has subscribed to the YouTube channel. So thank you guys for joining and for subscribing and for keeping my podcast alive, because without you guys, I really don't have a podcast. So thank you guys for doing all that. And before we get started, I, as always, like to start our episodes with a positive quote. And I thought this was good, again, just because I think we're always going through situations, at least I am. Every situation in life is temporary. So when life is good, make sure you enjoy and receive it fully. And when life is not so good, remember that it will not last forever and better days are on their way. So
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Glass half full is the way I always say it.
Man, for sure.
I know it's hard, but I know some people that are reluctant forever that I've known them to look at the glass. It's always half empty. Always half empty.
I have those days sometimes. I do. And then I get it together.
Okay.
I'm like, come on now. You know? I start thinking about all my blessings, and then I'm just like, you little ungrateful ass, you know? and then I talk myself out of it. I'm not going to lie to you.
That's good. You don't steep in it too long.
Yeah, no. Or my mom always said, no te puedes ahogar en un vaso de agua.
I probably could. That's how bad my swimming is. I'm not going to lie. So I meant to play this on the last episode because we were talking a lot about modern feminism. I don't know if you've seen this clip. We posted it. If you guys don't follow the What Did You Said page, that page, speaking of doubling in audiences, over the last...
Oh my gosh.
Dude, I mean, right now...
Rob's doing great.
Right now it is on fire. I told Chingo earlier, it's growing at 100 followers an hour right now. It's reaching, right now it's at 5.5 million reaches over the last 7 days.
Wow.
It's crazy. I mean... Some people might say, well, the content's just very, inflammatory or whatever. But like, that's what people want to, I mean, you want to discuss the topics we talk about on the podcast. We literally post what we talk about in whatever kind of clip form, news form, whatever. And then the comments are just people talking about the issues or whatever the hell. So anyway, this was one of the things we posted about. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Let me make sure you got audio here.
War. A gender war? Yeah. Absolutely. Feminism is killing this country.
Can you be more specific?
Feminism has taught us to hate men and to fear men because capital profits off of my fear as a woman. If I'm afraid of men, they can make a profit off of that. There's a gender war because men are the underdogs right now. Men are the ones being told you're feared, you're wrong, everything you do is wrong, go make money, don't show emotion, be. Women are making a rise to the top. We've over-feminized so much and included women so much, which is great. But we don't have to tear men down to include women.
So why is there so much talk about male privilege?
Because for a long time there was male privilege, and now the script is flipped. Now women are the ones with privilege, but no one's ready to hear that.
But why are we still talking about male privilege?
Because no one's ready for it. We're not ready to make that change. We're seeing more women in films, more women in power. The amount of jobs that I have seen that say women only is ridiculous.
Do you believe there is...
100, see?
Yeah, and she's, not your conventional woman, if you look at the video.
She looks like she's...
What's the term? I wanted to say butch, but
I don't know. Not so femme.
Yeah, not so femme. That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
Not so femme.
100% agree with her. There's CEOs women. There's women that own businesses. There's women that, are brokers who are, own real estate, brokerage. And, there's just so much out there. I did a whole women in business series. Guys, women in business, regardless of you being a small business, you are in business and you've made your little business out of the dream that you had. So, you know what I'm saying? This is like why I have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think my biggest problem is with these feminists, again, is going back to you allowing men to be a part of this. That's my biggest problem with it. It's like, well, you are such an oxymoron. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you make no sense. Like, how the fuck are you saying like women empowerment, but you're including these men that are trying to transition? Like, let them transition, but they can't be a part of this because they're not that. They don't have, what is that called? What is it called? A vulva? What do we make?
A vulva?
Vulva? Is that what they're called? The little things that we make? And not when you're like, whenever you're
the eggs?
Yes, but there's a way for it, and there's sperm, and then there's it's not called. Hold on, I don't even know my own
the anatomy.
Parts. Jesus,
the
Christ.
vulva is the outer shell of the nice stuff. Well, I might as well was looking this up. If you aren't yet a patron and you're catching this teaser on iTunes or Spotify, make sure you subscribe at patreon.com/Her Lounge Podcast. And as Marisol says, become a Her World soldier today. For the price of a pumpkin spice latte, you can support the podcast and give us pan dulce for when we have guests.
Great. It isn't.
I don't know why. I'm still trying to think what you're talking about. There's some holes in this house.
Oh my God, that was on there. Can you believe that?
On what?
On, there we go. Gametes, bro.
Gametes.
What? So off. Sorry. Let me just keep drinking this pumpkin spice.
What are you drinking? Yeah, it looks
it's
really
actually
tasty.
Pumpkin spice. It's super sweet, and it's added to the level of caffeine on a whole different thing. Not on a bad thing, but I just don't really like a lot of sweet things, but I needed coffee to wake me up because I needed something to pick me up. But anyway, going back to this whole thing, yeah, I don't know what I feel about it right now, about this whole gutsy situation. This person talking about, how feminism so many more women are just doing more. There are women who are breadwinners. Mm-hmm. And the husbands stay home. They're the stay-at-home dads, or vice versa. You can be even you're married and you still make more money than your husband, but y'all are making it work. So why is that? You know what I'm saying? So yes, there was men privilege back in the days, right? But I mean, like back in the days, mm-hmm. I think like somewhere in the 2000s. It started to change. I feel like I saw more of women doing men roles, mm-hmm. if that makes sense. And maybe that's when I started paying attention. I don't know.
What kind of men roles are you talking about, though?
Like I started seeing people who were like, when I was going for job interviews, like I was meeting women who were in CEO positions, mm-hmm. Because I was getting jobs.
What's funny is that Jordan Peterson's always trending for one reason or another. Uh-huh. I think he might be one of the, if not like the top 2 to 3 most trending person regularly on Twitter, on the internet.
Really?
And there's this clip recently where he's, always debating a feminist about these mm-hmm. topics. And he's like, wait a second. Okay, why is it that we're always talking about the C-suite women, the political power women? We're never talking about the bricklayers or the garbage women or the, pipe layers or whatever. We're always talking about just, we need equal women, but in these powerful positions only, not everything else. And she's like, well, and they always go on
because I'm not going to go do garbage.
Well, of course you're not. But it's expected for every guy to go, mm-hmm. pick up the trash.
That's why I said, like, at the end of the day, the reason there is that gap, guys, is that's what we don't talk about.
The types of jobs.
It's the types of jobs. And I didn't know that back then, guys, when I felt like, why do men get paid more, right? Mm-hmm. Again, that's why you have to read. Knowledge is power, like Juan Big Smoker says. He's got a book for every. I had a question for him the other day, and he had the book for me. I knew he would.
I'm gonna start calling it Juan Big Stoner, but Juan Big Smoker is better.
Yeah, I like Smoker better because he's got some big old joints that he posts on there sometimes. But like I just feel like get over it, mm-hmm. And I am not going to go, but now you do see women in construction. The house next door to us, there was 3 females working on the roof with the 2 other males. So it was a crew of 5. 3 out of the 5 were females.
Well, those were indentured servants from the border.
Oh my God. And then I saw a lady putting concrete the other day over there by Penny Swim School. She was the one like driving the big old, what is that called? Well, she just was like the mixer, the thing that was rolling, and she was like making sure that it was going down. I was like, I had to like look again, because usually that's a male doing that. I'm like,
I didn't know it wasn't.
Interesting.
I didn't know.
There's female welders too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That do that job. I would never go weld personally. So yeah, I agree. Like. At the end of the day, I think it was actually Jordan Peterson that said, at the end of the day, one always has more power than the other. No, mm-hmm. Naturally, like it's not has nothing to do with like this. Men are better, women are better. Are less than, right? It's just kind of how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like. Again, we're going to always go to this, right? I expect for Pete to throw out the trash. Mm-hmm. Just like I'm sure he expects, right, for me to have laundry done. It's not said. It's just kind of understood. You mm-hmm. know what I'm saying? It's not like, but I don't get mad if he doesn't throw out the trash. Just like he doesn't get mad I do get mad if he doesn't put out the trash. Like, I don't mind like taking out the trash, put the trash in the bin, right? But I hate when he forgets and then the trash comes. You know what I'm saying? That's the one I hate. But we have a really nice neighbor who puts it out for us, and we're responsible for putting the bin back.
Have you, and be honest, have you ever come across one of the days where it's trash day, he forgot to take it out, you still have time to take it out, and you just wait for the truck to pass by and you don't take it out?
No.
Okay.
I do it.
Okay, just had to ask.
Because I'd rather not have the trash and I'll just tell him like, you didn't throw out the trash and trash came today. So,
but he's got to know. He's got to know he forgot.
He's got to know that he forgot for sure. Because I cannot forget things, Mm-hmm. So, Yeah, I mean, I think there's just some things that are understood, not so much because someone assigned them. Like, they're just kind of understood, you know?
We had this conversation yesterday. The only thing I think Dawn and I have that with is that she's a great cook. So I expect her. I haven't cooked since college, and it's okay, but I don't want to like, all right, what am I? I'm going to do this and that, and then it's like chop, 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 and I'm like listening to music. She loves doing that. That's her element. Whereas like with me, I'm not expecting her to go start the Ryobi machines and cut the grass and trim and weed eat and do all that. Those are the only two things that are expected of each other.
Yeah.
Everything else is like whatever. Whoever's there.
In our house, it's pretty 50-50. Like, you know, if he sees dishes, he'll do the dishes. If I see dishes, I'll do the dishes.
That's 100-100, my soul. That's what y'all do. Yeah. Whoever's available will do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. Even if he was available to do laundry, I just don't want him to do the laundry because it's just not. Like, I don't like to just throw in towels with clothes. Like, I like towels by themselves.
Oh, that's for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I think he just kind of throws things together when he's tried to help, you know, and I'm just like, okay, this is not your duty. Like, just don't do this one. Like, I totally appreciate. I let him know though that it was very much appreciated because it is. I'm not going to lie. It is very much appreciated. It's the gesture, but you can't put towels because then it ends up with all the little balls on the fuzzies on the stuff. So, you know, and also there's certain things that I don't like to dry. Like there's certain shirts of his, that I don't like to dry. Like some of his t-shirts, because he'll wear some of those on stage, I try to keep the color. And so I'll just wash them and then I let them air dry. Then I put them on the side and I take them actually to the cleaners so that it keeps the color and it doesn't like start to wear because he wears those on stage.
You wash it and then take it to the cleaner?
Yes.
What's the purpose behind that?
They'll iron it and they'll do like this other little like wash in it themselves. So I don't know, he charges a little extra for that, but it's just I just do it so that they stay brand new looking versus with wash they start to look like, you know.
So you talked about Casa, was it Casa Luna? Or what's the Target brand? Is that what it is?
Casa Luna.
And I told you about washing that comforter on accident, and you said you had done the same thing. That was the first time I took a comforter. I've been to a cleaner, excuse me. I had never taken anything to the cleaner before. It did a great job, but damn, was it expensive?
Yeah, it's very expensive. My mom has, I think I've talked to you guys about this. My mom has always made us have comforters that are required to take to the cleaners.
Why?
Not my taste ever, because it was never our choice what we wanted the room to look like, you know, versus me. I let Penny pick, like what Picky, because I try to combine Minnie and Mickey and Penny's name together. Jesus.
You should start calling them Picky when they're together because they're both picky for food or something.
Yeah, they are. Versus Jimenez, my little garbage disposal,
Give
bro.
It to me.
My gosh.
He's a gross. She can beat everybody up later.
Sheesh. She is. She does not play. Yesterday, Penny was doing something and she was in the way, and literally Jimena was like, was fighting back.
Nice.
Bro, 12 months?
That's
13 months?
She's showing,
bro,
jiu-jitsu.
Like, get out of my way. Like, I'm here first. Don't push me. Me and Pete were like, did you just see this? She was like, and she hit Penny.
No
like,
games.
hit her. Like,
no games.
Get out of here. But anyway, yeah, my mom has always, so I was just being lazy. I knew that this comforter was going to have to go to the cleaners, but since it had instructions, I thought, it should be fine. I knew, though, not to put it in the dryer.
I think that's where I fucked up.
You're not supposed to put it in so washing would be fine. You just have to lay it out, and that takes a whole... You have to do early in the morning, so by the time you get home, it's dried because it is pretty thick. So I just take it to the cleaners. Now I just know, Pete knows, it goes in. We have a cleaners bin. I get Mickey's, I get mine. They both go to the cleaners. And my comforter is the double-sided to where it can look like really pretty fabric on one side and the other side is just the squares.
You don't think, what's the thing that goes over it or that you put it in?
The duvet.
Duvet. Do you use one of those? I've never used one either.
I don't like them because the blanket starts to fall down when you like try to like, because it's like a sleeve for the blanket.
I didn't know what a duvet was until like 2 months ago.
Oh, they're annoying. I stopped. I did away with those.
And it was half the price of the comforter itself. They're expensive. Obviously, it's the same size, so it's a lot of fabric.
Yeah, I don't like them. So I just use the comforter the way it is. One side looks like it's. That's what I'm saying. One side has the squares that looks like it should be in a duvet, but the other side has like the nice laid out version of it. I love their brand, to be honest with you. I just don't know why.
No, they're great.
I
Yeah,
really
you
like it.
you totally knocked it out of the park when you suggested that.
Because there's like really nice ones that are really expensive, even though that is expensive.
That might be as much as I'd
personally.
ever spend on a
Yeah, it's
comforter.
personally. That's really high still, but there's even better ones than those that you'll be paying like $300 and something for, $400 for, guaranteed to be, you'll get your money's worth, if that makes sense. But if you're somebody like me, who sometimes feels like, I don't feel like having white anymore, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll buy a duvet of whatever color I want. I'll still use that same blanket, cover it up, and now it's a whole different blanket. And then when I'm tired of that, it goes back to white. Usually I go back to white though. Like 99% of the time I do white, and then I just do accent pillows to get rid of this is boring.
Colors always matter no matter what it is.
Yeah, they do.
So, hard segue here. We thought about you over the weekend. Don and I went to go do some tactical training with Darius, Mr.
yeah?
Sanders.
How was that?
It was fantastic, dude.
Oh,
it was
man.
so. I told Jingo afterwards. I was like, dude, he's waiting to to train you, to do some training with you. And he's like, I just got to find the time.
Yeah.
But dude, he is such a good instructor. He's so. I forgot to tell him because there's after class and stuff, after the training with other people and whatever. I just forgot. He would be a great comedian. His dude is fucking funny, dude, and he's such a good instructor. Like we did everything from like. I mean, the shooting, and then like, Don would be behind me, and it's like you're doing the scenario, like you got to protect the person behind you as you're like moving and shooting the target, and then she reversed or whatever. But it was so fun, and we're gonna try to go to a gun show next weekend. So if you guys are free, there's a big one in Humble on the 24th,
Saturday or
25th.
Sunday?
But I think both days. I don't know. We'll go whichever day is convenient.
2 weeks then, no? Because this weekend is the 17th.
Yes. So next weekend. So not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Oh, yeah. We're down. We're in town. Yeah.
It's at the Humble Civic Center, so not too far.
I haven't been to a gun show in a long time.
Yeah. No, I don't think I've ever been to a
And
gun
I'm
show.
scared. You got to go in there with a budget
Yeah.
if you're going to buy anything.
Yeah.
Because you're like, damn, that bitches. And then you find the ones that they can custom.
Yeah.
I still want a pink holster, so that is my thing. I need to get a pink holster. And the tactical, HTX tactical, they customize them. I want to have them on the podcast. I've been saying that. I told them I'd reach out, and I just still haven't.
So one of our captains in the TIA opened up underground armory up in Cyprus. So it's a gun shop. Yeah.
What?
So we need to go visit them. And
For sure.
And they talked about sponsoring the podcast as well.
Oh, for sure. Come
So
on.
yeah, they're in the
Let's
middle
do it.
of. I think the grand opening is probably 2 or 3 months ago now, but they're still getting all of their online stuff situated and pretty cool.
That's really cool. I'd love to go do that training with Pete. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell him. I wonder if we can do it together when he goes.
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah.
That way, pay one and
Yeah,
it's
of
not
course.
like feeling like, dang, I gotta comp both y'all bitches.
No, yeah, hit him up. It'll be fun. We ended up next to like maybe 10 minutes into the training. He's like, "Oh, that's so and so. He does like a ton of Slim Thug security and whatever." And then some other rapper came in who I can't remember his name, but it was a packed house. That place is huge. There's a lot. I mean, they got Dawn apparently she used to go a lot back in the day, and it's like doubled in size. Like they have all these cases, they have like a whole waiting area to chill, and then the ranges and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay, we gotta go now. Now I'm gonna set it up during the week though when we have a babysitter. That's what's gonna be the best for us.
You got it. And the reason I also thought about y'all because like you just said it perfectly. You can't do it during the weekend like we did. You're not gonna take a Saturday. You could, but I doubt you would want to take a Saturday to do that. Find a day and go. Like it's almost like self-care to in another level for you guys. You know what I mean?
I think next Wednesday, with all the frustration we have, that's I think the
Do it.
best day to go.
Give him a by the way, I'm gonna try to talk to him too to just maybe do something for the podcast listeners because we have a lot of locals. Like he's a fantastic trainer.
That'd be great.
So if you need to do your
Like some kind of-
CHL or
Does he have it? Because mine's expired.
he sure does.
I didn't know he did. Mine expired a while back. I think actually the year I got with Pete, it literally expired. Pete and I think, met in August. Mine expired in November. I just didn't.
And so we did too. We did the whole thing. We were there from like 1 to 6. And we trained, we did classes, we talked, we chatted, and we learned a bunch of stuff because, Texas has constitutional carry now. But if you do have your license, it actually gives you a whole bunch of other perks that I was unaware of. From travel, like it's a pain in the ass to travel, like the whole having to check it in at TSA, your gun or whatever. But like, I think so. There's this map, and he shows you what you can do with your gun and where you can't go, and then how having your CHL versus just carrying without one and all. But anyway, it's totally worth it if you're into it, which I feel like everybody should at least get educated on it. Even if you're not going to carry, which you probably should, we all should. I'm nerding out about it now. And he was such a good instructor. I'm like, dude, you're fucking great.
Oh, I can't wait to go now. I'm going to have to reach out to him, though, to see, like, hey, I'd like to pay for one. And when we schedule his, see what I can do about.
After this, I'm going to remind you, text and be like, hey, Rob told me that Rob and Don had a great time over the weekend. We'd love to go ahead and book our training with you, and we want to do our CHLs as well. And do those
so he did both?
Yeah, we did everything.
Bro,
we did everything.
Y'all did everything in one day.
Yeah.
My brain just went like this. Emoji time. Oh, wow. That's hell yeah.
And we tried out, like, he hooked it up too, man. Like, we tried like 6 different guns. And then just,
I would like to bring ours just so that, so that we, scenarios. Oh, you need to go get the shotgun, or, you bring yours. And I still think those are important to.
Yeah, we did. I mean, from the big full size, like SIGs to like a smaller compact Glocks and stuff.
I want an AR before they start
That's what's up.
Before they try to ban them.
Dude, he tells you, he'll tell you where to get it if you want to customize. He literally, the guy that, there's this new place over there, Katy-ish area, where they do a bunch of customization that they were just working on some custom stuff for him. And he was sitting in front of us, which oddly enough, I don't know why he didn't have a CHL, but he was showing us pictures, and they just do the craziest custom stuff. So if you want to do like a rose gold, he showed us some rose gold he was doing for clients, like rose gold rifles and stuff.
You know what's crazy? I saw, that girl, Blair White?
Yeah.
She's a big gun collector, and she showed her gun collection. She makes them all look like kid toys. She gets them customized to have all these crazy, bold colors that look like Nerf guns, but they're real guns. And she says she's a big kid, she says, and she just likes the colorful. And they're cool. They're like orange and blue. And, I don't know if that's like still her boyish things left behind, because they look like little boy guns.
That's
except for
cool.
she left a few of them like the natural way. I think even her AK was really interesting. Like, she did a really cool thing with it. Look up that video, guys, if you care to. But she's funny because obviously it was for content, and she was on her car shooting like.
That's awesome.
I was like, on the car, bro? Okay, calm down.
No, fuck that. Let's go all out, man.
Oh my God. And her car's pink, so she was looking all cute with her heels. She was like, I'm like, alrighty then,
While we're on the subject, so Don and I, we really want to do the sheepdog response, because even he said.
Me too.
So,
I was supposed to do that for my birthday, but we're in Vegas. That was supposed to be my birthday gift.
Well, remember this year, I'm looking right now if they do it again. For February, they do the couples things usually for Valentine's Day.
They're having it in October too. It's not necessarily couples, but men and women can go. So I thought, it's literally the weekend of my birthday, and it's in Austin, and I wanted to go to that so bad. And then obviously we can't say no to money because we're going to go work.
Gotta do shows.
So I was just like, guess it wasn't meant for me. And I was like, I'll just wait till the next one comes around,
Okay.
I think those things are very important.
Fuck yeah.
Those are skills to have. I love for Mickey to come too. One of the things I want Mickey to do is to learn how to shoot, because, her cousin, I think I told you guys this, just because her dad taught her how to shoot the gun, she saved their family's life because someone broke in, and she knew to bring her little sister in the room, made her sister escape through the window, bro, and she was the one shooting. She shot the guy who tried to break in.
Dude, last week in Channel View, same thing, 17-year-old whips out a shot.
She was 17 too. Wow, what weird.
Bro, so dude tries to broke into the house. She knew where the shotgun was. She went, she was proficient with the shotgun and blasted his ass away.
You have to teach them. And I also feel like you need to teach them the safety of it, because if you can't, it's like anything, right? When you tell a kid, don't touch this, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to touch it now because you said don't touch it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Something that I do to Penny every time is this. Almost like, I hate to say this, almost like a dog. I say, you see this? This is mom's, and it's very expensive, and you can't touch it, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to get to touch it right now, and I'm going to let you use it, and then that's it. Do you understand? And it's like, okay. And then it kills her little curiosity, and she never fucks with it again, and she leaves it alone. You see what I'm saying? It's like real simple things. And, but I, if you know your kid, you have to find ways to, like, Penny is an interesting character. So, that's all I have to say about my own child. So, and so, I have to find ways for her not to be intentona. You know what I'm saying? Like touching stuff and why. And especially she's at that age right now where she's wondering why or how come and what's this for? What's that for? You know?
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things. But very important skill to have. I really do. I can't wait for you guys to tell me all about that. So I want to go to that. But so twins are having their birthdays soon.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about that?
Dude, the kids are going to be 8 this week. By the time you hear, actually today, by the time you hear this episode, today's their birthday. And so, Dawn, we always get memories on our phone. That's how I got the memory from you the other day. That was from 2018, by the way. That was a long time ago. And you look like a completely different person, kind of, but also kind of not. Like your hair is still the same color. If
I was thinner, and that's why I have a problem because I had already had Penny in that picture.
Yeah.
And I was like normal size.
Yeah.
And it's taken me so long just to get to where I'm at right now.
Well,
I didn't have hormone issues either. I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm really trying to do this the most natural way as possible. But if I keep struggling the way I'm struggling, I'm going to go ahead and go see a hormone hormone specialist that this girl from my class told me about. And she said she did all the natural things. And she was getting frustrated because she's a trainer, and she's a different kind of trainer, but she's a trainer.
Fitness trainer?
She's a fitness trainer, but hers is more like functional fitness or whatever. That's
like animal flow and stuff like that.
And so she said she didn't understand why of all the things that she does, she still had no cuts in her arm. She finally went to go get checked. She had a hormone imbalance. She did
like an endocrinologist?
Yes and no. It's more of someone who, I guess it's holistic, but not all the way, because she's still going to give you some form of test and substance for you to take so that it'll balance it out. Well, she was the same thing, low testosterone levels. So she said the minute those came back to balance, she said, girl, she was like, my energy was back. And that's my problem right now. It's low energy. So...
Well, we need to put that on the calendar. When are you going to do that? That's self-care number 1.
I wanted at least wait till my birthday and see what I can drop on my own. I would like to be able to handle this on my own, because one of the things that Dawn's doctor, I think Dr. Wynn, she has 2 last names. I don't ever know which one to call her.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just going to say Dr. Wynn. I think that's her. One of the last Tran Wynn. So one of those last names. And so she felt that the hormone situation would be fixed if I dropped weight. I started to eat, change my eating habits and exercising. She said that I could probably control that and it would get back. But I also, while I do feel that she is correct, I also feel that's what's delaying my progress, to where there's no reason why I'm eating less calories and I'm not dropping it fast enough. It's still clean eating. I mean, I just don't, it's just not happening fast enough. And I just, and I will admit, I probably should do cardio more than 3 times a week versus lifting.
She's probably going to be like, stress, sleep, how's that doing? That's number 1, dude.
Those right there.
High stress and no sleep? Like, no wonder.
And bro, I mean, Sonny, aren't you like 100 now? Why are you still waking up in the middle of the night? Like, it's just, I was trying to think of why I struggle with her so much at night. And I just remembered, see, I breastfed Penny for a whole year, to where my boob was my secret weapon when it was time for bed. I'd go, and that's why Penny was sleeping by herself so early, was because I'd go lay in her bed, put my boob in her mouth, she'd go to sleep, and she stayed in bed. Versus Sunny, she's got no boob. She relies on the bottle, right, to go to bed. And then it's like, come on, here you go. And then she doesn't want to be in the crib. She wants you to come out. She doesn't have a crib. It's a playpen, to be honest with you, because I refuse to buy a crib. They're pointless. Like, she's about to get rid of it. And she has a bed, too. If it was a crib that turned into a bed, I might have gotten it. But her and Penny are going to share a room. So when she's able to sleep in her bed, she's just going to go in the bed. So I already bought the rail for the bottom bed. And so I said that I have to try letting her sleep by herself there, because I can't do this anymore. I'm over it. I'm like, I'm old. I can't fuck with you anymore at night. Like, you're taking too long, my G. Poor Penny's like set these expectations, right? And Sonny's like, what about me? It's not my fault, you know? And I'm all like, come on, Sonny, you're taking too long. So
Damn, she's gonna feel that later.
right, she's gonna be like, dang, why can't I just take my time with things?
Mom, where's the love that Penny got?
Right. She's like, I'm like, hurry up and walk already, girl. You're not even walking. She's probably looking like, damn, I'm not ready.
So
but
speaking
anyway.
of Penny, you have to take her to jiu-jitsu today, right?
I do.
So we have about 5 minutes left. This will be a shorter Patreon episode, but don't worry, they're gonna get longer next week just to make up for it.
And next week, guys, I'm really excited about the episode for next week. Do you know we have a guest? It is going to be Zoom because she's in Austin.
Okay.
We're having Monica Klein.
Oh yeah, I've been talking about her for a while.
Finally got her on. Thank you, Dawn, for staying on top of that for me. I'd really been wanting her on.
Give us a breakdown again.
She is somebody who used to do the sex ed for Planned Parenthood, would go into these lower income public schools and basically tell them like ways to continue to need Planned Parenthood versus, you know, don't have sex, basically. And she left Planned Parenthood and realized that she was doing damage. I actually DM'd her because I don't know if you guys saw HTX Kids posted this post 2 days ago or maybe yesterday, one of those, where it was about that they just removed a book that suggested that you allow your kids to watch you have sex.
I read that in a tweet. What was the context behind that again? It was in a book?
It was in a book, and it was removed from Amazon as well.
Well, that's good.
And I was thinking like, bro, I want to find it because I DM'd it to her and she's like, if we can talk about this book, it'd be great because obviously it's a lot of what she kind of, you know, like she wasn't telling you to, like, for example, I'm going to give you all that example because this is the most vivid one for me that just kind of stayed. And guys, if you have a chance, because you are part of the Patreon and you're in the Discord, I really, really highly suggest that you read the book that Juan Big Smoker, not Stoner, guys. I changed his name. He's probably pissed. But Juan posted this book, okay? And it's called, and I have it, and you would think I would know the name. It's called Government Schools Are Bad for Your Kids. What You Need to Know. I am not going to talk about the book yet because I actually created literally like a journal to write all the notes about this book because it is amazing and a lot of shit I didn't know. That's all I'm telling you.
Okay.
Read it, listen to it, whatever. But I bought the book because I got to touch. So, and I got to highlight and make notes. And because when I finish the book, guys, I'm going to talk about it. So I'm trying to rush through it so that I can bring it to you guys and kind of do, you know, the cliff notes of it. But it'd be great if you guys read it as well because it has a lot of information. You're going to rethink a lot of things. But I thought this was perfect because I don't know why any of these crazy books are trying to get pushed into schools and why we continuously try to pronounce the word for me, Rob. Perverse. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is that how I pronounce it? Our children. I don't really know what the need to continue to teach about removing your boobs, teach about hormone therapy. I don't really know why any of these things need to be discussed as young as elementary school. I have a huge problem with it. And I know you guys are like probably tired of hearing my rants about this. Like, damn, does this girl have nothing else to talk about? I do, but this is a really big concern for me. And I think it should be for you as well if you have kids. And if you have a family member, you know, and they have kids and so forth, you should really do this. Former HISD teacher gets 10-year probation for molesting kindergarten student. Probation, bro?
Should be buried under the jail.
Probation? This is the kind of shit that scares me. Read the book.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking forward to that.
This is the kind of shit that scares me. And this is the kind of stuff that our kids are going to go into. And if you don't stop it before anybody else gets a hold of them and puts even a little bit of doubt in their head, one of the things that I've always told Mickey when she was little, I said, you don't ever have to be disrespectful, but you don't have to agree with everything in the class. And if you don't feel comfortable doing something, I'm like, don't be a little smart at, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying go against just because. I mean, legit, like if you don't feel comfortable about something and if you don't agree and you probably don't agree because it's not what you were taught at home, right?
Yeah.
It's okay to say, I feel, if you teach your child to be respectful in the most respectful way, say, I don't feel comfortable and I don't feel that that's correct. And then if they have a problem, I used to always tell her, tell them to go ahead and call your stepmom, not to call your mom because she didn't tell you to do that. But they can call your stepmom. I said, I'll talk to your mom and I'll tell her that I said, because she would come home and say certain things, and I said, what does your mom say? My mom says just to be polite and, obviously what most moms would say, And I told her too, I was like, completely agree. Your mom is correct. You do need to be polite. But you also don't have to agree with it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to do that. It's like, and that's what I want Penny to know all the time is like, don't be a little smart ass, you know what I'm saying? And don't be disrespectful to an adult. But if you hear something of that in our home we don't do, or that's not okay, then we don't do it, period.
Yeah.
And if they have a problem, you tell them to call Mama Bear and Mama Bear will get right there. So I have no problem. So these little issues are really big, which is really important for you to go vote this November in whatever your district is, and look at the people that are running for your school boards and, your mayors and, replace Lena and Doggo. That's all I got to say.
Number one, right? Yeah. So start researching your people now. November's right around the corner. You got 60-ish days or so before November. I think November 8th. Speaking of Mama Bear having to get to Penny, let's. I got a question here. We'll get to more podcast in the Discord podcast questions next week. I promise. Asanet asks you. I know y'all are recording today, so I have a question for Marisol. Do you have a cow yet? I remember you saying in September that you needed a deep freezer. What did you end up buying? And with all that meat, will you have a weekly menu so you know what you'll be cooking throughout the week?
I'm not going to use the entire meals. I'm sorry, the entire meat. I'm going to just keep some of it frozen. And then depending on, we haven't decided if it'll be all, by the way, the cow will be ready. So they got it on Friday. So it'll be ready this weekend,
Nice.
I guess, when y'all listen to this. We're just going to empty out this freezer here that we have at this house and use this freezer, even though it's going to be probably kind of a lot. We're taking everything out for now because we still haven't found we're going to get a stand-up, like
meat locker kind of thing?
Yeah. So they're at Home Depot and they're actually on sale right now. So that's why we're going to get that one.
Nice.
It's on sale. Keyword. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. If I'm going to start pulling out all the meat, if it's going to be on reserve for a little bit until I decide like, all right, it doesn't look like shit's in the fan just yet. Let's just start, using this meat. I learned of this machine to buy, and I'll tell you, I'll post it in the Discord. Actually, some lady that came into the hive, we started talking about, she's from Kentucky, and she said she was buying this cow print skirt, and I was like, oh man, I was going to buy that skirt. I really wanted it. But anyway, so she said she grew up with cows, and so she was telling me anything about the cows. I was like, oh, I just bought a cow. And she was like, we were talking, she said, you can actually buy this, I can't think of it, what it's called, and Just Tears probably saying it. But I guess whatever it is like you can keep your meat in there after you cook it, and it stays good for a long time. But it's very important. It's like $170, but she said it's the best investment for you to buy. And you can seal these meats to where they're not like the super duper frozen ones where it's like they're going to be moist and it's going to keep all this flavor in it even after you cook it.
So it's like a vacuum sealer?
Sort of. Yeah. I'll have to show. I'll DM you I'll text you the actual little machine or whatever it is. I'm going to buy it. I don't know what to use it for. I guess I'll figure it out when I get it. But she said a must when you have that much meat. Because if, again, shit doesn't hit the fan, you need to start using that meat.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I'm excited about it. It's supposed to be ready. And like I said, my sister-in-law bought the other half of the cow. So we got one half. She's got the other half. She got the head. Although I wish we would have got the head for barbacoa.
Some lengua? You cachete?
I'm like, damn it. All right.
Next
He didn't
time.
offer us the head. He offered it to her. I guess because we got one half. I guess we got the butt and she got the head. I don't know.
Get some nice roast. Get all kinds of stuff in there.
But yeah, so that's where we are with the cow. So should be here this weekend. I'll take a picture of my cow freezer.
What a conversation to have with the blings. I'm telling you. Just
I
a couple
know.
years ago, I was like, this is not where I saw things going. But then again, I didn't think the world would shut down either.
Oh yeah, guys. Guess what else I'm going to do that I haven't told y'all? We have about 10 minutes for me to tell y'all. I am going to do the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Tejano Committee Gala on October 1st as one of their vendors. I was accepted. Crazy thing is, anytime I've done a pop-up at anything, I guess I'm not saying that they're not like a big deal or whatever, because I don't want anybody to be offended and think I'm calling their event not a big deal. But they've never asked me to take a picture of my setup. And I was like, oh shit, you want a picture of my setup? I don't have one. I was like, okay. So I took a picture of my setup when I did a pop-up at the Hive before I became an actual partner there. And so it was hilarious because I took that picture and they accepted it because it looks really nice because it's behind a nice brick wall. It says the Hive. You know what I'm saying? It looks all nice. So that's the one I submitted. So I got accepted. So I will be there October 1st. I will not be going to San Antonio, which I'm very bummed out about because I was really trying to do a meetup there. I might still go out there Thursday. Friday, we do a Thea/Her Lounge podcast, kind of like a lunch type thing. And then I come back home because I have to start getting ready for that Saturday.
Nice.
I'm going to slowly start getting everything ready so that day does not just hit me out of nowhere. My sister, my cousin are coming to help me because Pete's not going to be here. So I'm really excited. I'm actually nervous. She said it's sold out the past 3 years and they've probably expect about 1,000 people because every time it's sold out, it just keeps going up a little bit. Last year was 957 people.
Damn.
So they're thinking this year's going to be the 1,000 just because it's gotten up every time.
That's awesome.
I'm really excited about that. I'm kind of overwhelmed a little bit because I'm like thinking like, I'm not going to have enough merchandise. Like I've never had an event for that many people. And so it's kind of scary, but I'm excited about it. And that's what's happening in news today.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's really cool.
Thank you. And then if you are local, guys, I am now at the Hive every Tuesday of the month of September. So stop by, come visit us, shop local. 13 different female-owned businesses, minus our one male that is there. He's got some cool shit too. So, but come by and shop these little businesses, and everybody there has some pretty cool stuff. I will be doing my new release. It will happen first at the Hive, guys. So, and I'm just telling you that, and I hate to say this, but it's just easier for me to drop shit there. Because it just sells way faster than it does online because social media is a cock blocker. And unless you put money behind a post, they're not going to let anybody see it. So it kind of sucks. So I spent all this money on pictures and it's like 5 likes.
Dude.
How the hell do I have 4,000 followers but 5 likes?
Luckily, hundreds and thousands of people will see it when you sign up to the newsletter.
Hey, sign up to the newsletter.
MarisolHerrera.com is the only spot to get that. And if you're a patron as well, you're on the list.
And y'all better have signed up. Y'all. Jeez. But anyway, this was a total pointless episode because we didn't talk about anything.
What did we talk about? We talked about
the guns.
training. We talked about your
Okay.
store, the merch, all
right.
kinds of stuff. This is the patron. This is where the most one-on-one talk happens.
I know. They're the ones that know
They know all these things.
scoop.
The steer, they're asking about cows and they're at the business. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, nobody knows about my cows. I don't think. Have I talked about it on the?
I don't think so.
I don't think I've talked about it on that episode. Yeah, I don't. And I didn't talk about Pure Space either.
No.
It's usually on this
That
one,
is,
just
yeah.
because But I did talk about where I'm at this past episode.
Yeah.
Like, I talked about how my hands hurt. Bro, my hands hurt.
Do you have a Theragun? The
what?
massage gun that you can use on your body? If you do, you
don't.
should.
Really?
never
On the
mind.
hand?
Yeah. Mhm.
Interesting. I should touch on. Let me have one of his. He has them.
Yeah, tell him.
Oh. Wait, should I tell you guys or should I wait?
Wait, whatever it is, wait. You're too excited, but write it down, put it in your notes.
Okay, I'll tell you guys.
Teaser.
And I'll tell you guys when I guess kick it off, because this project has to be done first before I move over to this project. So
Okay.
anyway, thank you guys for listening. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you guys next week.